Where are you from, sir? Where are you from?
Belgium.
Belgium. Nice to meet you. Hello, ma'am. Belgian pa din kayo, ma'am. Salamat kayo, ma'am. Kayo, ma'am. Then, hopefully later, we will have information from the family na nag-visit. I think around 3 or 3:30 or something like that. So, mga kababayan natin from, meron from Belgium, meron, ikaw ma'am, saan po kayo galing ma'am? Switzerland. I think I saw you doon sa rally. Yeah. Ikaw yung sa prayer rally na na meron kang kausap, di ba? I was at your back pala. Oo. Kaya,
Kasi nawala ako.
kaya pala si ma'am pala yun.
Nung una kong dating dito, sabi ko walang tao kasi pag galing ko sa airport, nilap ko lang yung...
Kasi dadami lang tao dito ma'am around in the afternoon, mga around 2 or something or kasi may mga work kasi or so. Sa September po, importante po yung isa yun sa mga pinaka-importanting dates or events kasi nga the 23rd of September will be the confirmation of charges ni Tatay Digong. Diyan po natin malalaman kung it will go through trial ba yung mga charges hurled against him. So hopefully pag meron tayong mga event, magpunta tayo. Maybe most likely there will be events talaga diyan. Hindi na siguro or maybe the weekend before that kasi 22-23 will be Monday and Tuesday. 2021 is Saturday, Sunday. Most likely, meron talaga yung mga parang propose or parang ginagawang events for that. Kasi kailangan nating ipakita sa buong mundo na we strongly oppose yung nangyayari kay Tatay Digong. Kasi being here already is part of that movement. Kasi you are here present. Part na kayo ng history. Ano ma'am? Yes, exactly ma'am. Kasi hindi naman talaga makita ni Tatay Digong na kung andito ba tayo or what not. Maybe it depends kung ibigay nila yung pictures sa mga events doon through the lawyer. Pero most likely marami kasing mga information na only the family or nag-visit kay Tatay Digong lang malalaman natin. Kasi only families lang naman ang allowed to go inside. So sana ipagdasal din natin na yung interim release ni Tatay ay ma-grant. Kasi ngayon, ang ginawa kasi ng lead counsel ni Tatay Digong is that, do you want me to speak in English? It's better, right? Yeah, so that you'll be looped in. Because what's happening for the update of our president, right now, our president is, through the defense counsel, applied, there's 2 pending motion. One is the motion for challenge with respect to jurisdiction, and the second one is the motion for urgent interim release. But now the defense team asked for delay in making decision or adjudicating that particular motion because they claim that the office of the prosecutor actually gave them information or necessary details which actually made it impossible for them to defend properly the former president. So they wanted the court to delay the decision because they wanted to perhaps add more to the prior submission to make it more, how do I say that, solid, their submission for the motion. But there hasn't been no decision with respect to that. And then, should the interim release be granted for the former president, then he's going to be provisionally free, but under house arrest to the host country who already expressed their, how do I say that, interest for them to be the host country for the time being of the pre-trial or I think through trial for the whole duration. Perhaps if it's going to be in Belgium, then hypothetically, if it's going to be in Belgium, somewhere in Belgium or Germany or somewhere else, most people, Filipinos will also go there. And yeah, definitely because yeah, we see them as our living hero. Exactly. Yeah. Do you support him? You've been to the Philippines before? Where in the Philippines do you live? Southern Leyte. Where? Tomas Opos? Hello mga taga Southern Leyte. Because yeah, you know a lot of Filipinos most likely are far-flung places because they really want to be part of the global effort to show our unwavering love and support. Not only that, because through the defense team, they are also working very hard for the case to be dismissed, basing jurisdiction. Should that be approved, then the former president will be brought back to the Philippines immediately. And then should there be further charges hurled against him, it should be filed before the local courts in the Philippines because we have a Supreme Court and a perfectly working judiciary. Yeah, it's good that you agree. That's true. It's good that you agree, sir, because you wouldn't want a Belgian or somebody from Belgium. Exactly, that's the point. Because we are talking about the sovereignty of the country and our people, you know. That's why you don't want any Belgian to be tried before the Supreme Court of the Philippines because we have the allegedly jurisdiction. So that's what we are crying, loud for, because this is basically a direct affront to our sovereignty. It is a disrespect to our independence because we are not a colony of the Netherlands or the ICC to begin with. That's good that you agree because a lot of people, especially people in the Netherlands, they have this preconceived notion that he is a criminal. But they forgot that he's just an alleged person. He's not a convicted one. So I find it a little bit mind-boggling why they are doing something like this. Yeah. Most especially that, the Netherlands is supposed to be known for human rights and, international law, respect for due process. The manner that he was put inside is what they call extraordinary rendition, basically affront to his human rights. So that's why even the daughter, our vice president, strongly expresses that this is an injustice to a Filipino who, by the way, is the former head of state of the Philippines.
Even the way they arrested him is not legal.
Exactly. Even if they invoke already the Rule 59 of the Rome Statute, they did not even respect that because this is an effort collectively done by Filipinos who are very much hungry of power. So that's good that you are looped with what the position of the Filipinos are with respect to this. That's why Filipinos come here non-stop every day, every other day, every month, every gathering because that's the least that we could do as Filipinos. Yeah. I think we have the how do I say that, duty as Filipinos to show our dissent and our strong objection to an injustice done to the person who actually gave his life most to public office and to advance the welfare of the Filipino people. And I think people from Leyte in general, they know how the former president is with respect to catastrophe, making sure that the Filipinos get what they deserve and the kind of service they deserve from the government. So that's what we are missing right now because our current president, he doesn't have a say about what's happening when in fact he could have just said, don't send him to the Netherlands, but he just said that we coordinated through the Interpol, blah, 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 but not through the ICC. But that's just, action speaks louder than words, honestly. So yeah, that's what we're saying. That's what we are claiming. And that's what we are here for. And maybe later, if the family will be here, we will have an opportunity to interview, have an update, ask questions, and you'll also be seeing that person. And if it's the vice president, you'll be able to see the future president of the Philippines and have photos as well. Yeah. Sorry if I'm talking like this because I'm very passionate of what we are fighting for. Yeah, that's good. Because I think people from Belgium, if somebody will be imprisoned in the ICC, would you do the same? No, right? Yeah, exactly. Because what we're showing also is the culture of Filipinos of being bayanihan, of being collective. We are echoing one voice to ensure that hopefully our presence here will pierce through the walls of the ICC detention facility and that he will feel that there are Filipinos still not giving up, not losing hope with respect to his freedom. Hi, gang. How are you? Laban lang. So I will never back down on the fight for our sovereignty, for our government to see the value of our sovereignty and our independence. That we should not bend on foreign powers such as China, America. We should be friends with everyone. And we should only look at our own, the Philippines' sake. You know what I mean? I think Belgium also is doing the same. Yeah. And also, honestly, we are also quite surprised why they are opposing an interim release. Interim release, it is part of their rules, or it's part of their prevailing, how to say, the options for an accused to take advantage of. In the Rome Statute, an interim release becomes a right if there are no present evidences or something that will prove that a continued detention is necessary. In this case, he's already 80 years old. He has some health concerns. He's definitely not a flight risk, and there's a country already expressed their willingness to host him. But now the office of the prosecutor opposes the very right of a person for an interim release. This is not even freedom. This is just provisionary sort of, how to say, the being detained, but through house arrest. Give somebody a benefit of a doubt. He's a freaking 80-year-old guy, and millions of. If there will be an election tomorrow, he will still win the presidency. I bet you. I swear to you, really. He even won the mayoral race for an overwhelming majority, being voted for more than 600,000 Filipinos. That is a protest vote from people of Davao. Should be a call for ICC to say, hey, by the way, this person, if he's such a murderer, why would people still vote for him, right?
People support him and think he's a good president.
Yeah, because we miss a governance that is based on rule of law, that's based on ensuring safety and security is there, and that's supposed to be echoed into the international community that we are free people. We are very much within our rights to take care of our people, our country, and this is how passionate I am. I hope I can talk to the judges, to be honest, as a ordinary citizen, to echo what seemed to be the outcry of millions of Filipinos. That in no way I have big respect to our Supreme Court, because our magistrates are actually I have actually studied or completed how to say that, prestigious programs or whatnot, achieved whatever accolades they can in from previous universities. With their experience and wisdom, they are definitely able to adjudicate this matter. But for the sake of, I don't know, did you know, sir, that the only case before the ICC is the case of President Duterte? So if they're going to let go of him, there's no case before the ICC. So what is the purpose of ICC? It is the court of last resort. Honestly, the main purpose why it was actually created is because for countries to have something to resort to if there are wars, if there are crimes or whatever, alleged crimes, committed. There are only 6 people inside. 4 from Kosovo, 1 from Serbia, and then 1 Filipinos. One Filipino. And this Filipino is there's the only one case there active right now. So if they lose this, what good is ICC for? If they cannot even respect the independence of the country, if they encroach on our judiciary or Supreme Court. So I really hope that you can also echo this to your compatriots, fellow Belgian, right? Yeah, honestly, it's very tiring, but at the same time, we can never be tired because we are not fighting for him alone. We are talking about the independence of our country. Yeah, I really hope that these people will see the value in what we are doing. Because I know for European, it is unimaginable to come here, like literally see at each other's faces and, what are you doing? And that's totally understandable because we are coming from a different background and culture. But you cannot impose on us what seems to be okay for you is not okay for everyone. In the same way that some people do not like the sun and other people like the sun. So that's how it should be seen. But they don't understand the culture in the Philippines. The culture is that we're almost a narco state. A lot of people have been raped, killed. It's not safe to go outside and, walk on the streets day and night.
It was safe.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that.
When he was president, it was safe.
And now, were you in the Philippines? Since when was the last
Back
time?
in December, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And even our Congress, the upper and lower Congress should unite. Our senators and Congresses, they should unite. They should, even our Supreme Court, they filed a habeas corpus from the children of the former president. No answer up until now. That's what good is the Supreme Court if they cannot even make decisions pertaining to this matter, right? So they should act right now. It's tiring, but I can never be tired. sometimes if you're tired, you just need to pause, you need to relax, but you continue. Because quitters never win. I'm not a quitter. Yeah, really, I'm not a quitter. I came to this country because I am I am, how do you say that? Governed with my ideologies, with my dreams for myself, and also I want to impart this dream also to the Filipino people and my country, because they are making a fool of the Filipino people by basically putting the most loved and supported former president ever in history. Yeah, exactly. And we try to reach out to different media outlets, but it seems that, you know, the Netherlands, they don't have a government right now, but they have the sort of officer in charge until October 29, I think, their next election. But yeah. Thank you, Ate. That's why, you know, I am not making this lightly. I'm not taking this lightly because I know that there are a lot of Filipinos who would have wanted to come here, but because of some prevailing circumstances, socioeconomic status, maybe they don't have the opportunity to have that or to do whatever it is that we are doing right now. So we are very much privileged to be here present, even though it's so near but still so far. You know, we are still between walls, but we hope that they can still relay our presence, and he will feel our presence being here, that he will feel that the Filipinos are not giving up on him. We will never give up on somebody who did not give up on us. When we're almost becoming a narco state, he never turned his back and, you know, took on the challenge to change the Philippines to a better, to becoming better. But look what we are now. It's so sad. Honestly, it's so sad. Because as per our vice president, she made mention, nobody can make this, nobody can get over this alone. In order to get over what seemed to be an injustice to our country, we need to do it together. This is the start of doing it together. Yeah, honestly. That's how passionate I am. Yun, guys. Hindi kasi ako natatakot, ma'am, kasi alam mo naman, pag nasa tama ka, dapat hindi ka matakot. Kasi kung natatakot ka na nasa tama ka, ano pa kaya kung yung iba hindi naman tama? So, ibig sabihin, wala ka nang pakialam sa bayan mo. Buti yung mga tao dito, meron ng mga passport dito o mga ganon, meron ng ibang buhay. Paano yung sa mga Pilipino, sa atin? I am trying to get into law. Yeah. But it's very expensive, so I'm trying to save for that. Because I need to pay the institutional fees here. It's quite expensive, but I'm looking for different scholarships. One day, when we meet again, maybe 5 years from now, I will be proud that I will say, I made it. I am a lawyer. You don't know that, right? We will never know until we try. That's why, how will we know if something is tasty or otherwise if we do not try it, right? It is difficult. Nothing is easy in life. Otherwise, we are all going to be lawyers. So if you want something, you need to be motivated to get through and finish whatever it is that you started, right? Yeah. It's difficult. It's a mountain, but you know, you do it tiny little steps one at a time. Helen, yes. Keeping, of course, hanggang mauwi si tatay, dapat hindi talaga dapat makauwi hindi tayo titigil hanggat hindi makauwi si tatay. It's quite simple. The logic is very simple. Free the man, bring him back to the Philippines, and then we are done here. Because they have never seen a very consistent group pertaining to the Filipinos that have done this from day one until now. We already passed 4 months. Exactly. No Dutch, no German, no Belgian, no other nationality would ever do what we are doing, because you just said it yourself. If your prime minister will be brought before the ICC, no Belgian will be here. They're gonna be like, bye. Yeah, exactly. Deal with it. But imagine, ICC should be thinking about that. If he's such a bad person, why would we even come here? Exactly.